Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel and my Friday video. My name is Priya Kumar. I'm a motivational speaker and an author. And this week I'm going to talk about how to stay committed to your goals and therefore to your success. Because you see, it's tough. If you have committed yourself to doing anything important, even if it is your daily task, you and your God knows how you have to fight against distractions. That is an easy part. But how you also sometimes have to fight the negativity that people throw at you. So let me give you an example with my favorite characters, Jon and Joe. Now, let's say Jon is committed to doing the important stuff that is going to take him further and closer to his goals. Now, Joe is in his own frame of mind. You know people like that who have their own agenda going. They have actually no agenda, and their agenda is to disturb every other person who's on track with his goals and his purpose. So Joe throws some negativity at Jon. Now, do you think it is easy for Jon to get irritated and to tell him, hey, get lost or don't disturb me? For Jon to even parallel Joe and shut him up, he has to leave his position of focus, of positivity, of commitment, and come to Joe's side of negligence, of confusion, of negativity, because these are two different planes. Positive and negative are two different sides of the spectrum. You cannot be on the positive side and be negative, and you can't be on the negative side and be positive. He has to leave his position of positivity and jump to Joe's position of negativity to compete with him and to win over him and defeat him and say, don't disturb me. But congratulations, look what you have done. You have left your position and come on Joe's side. And what have you earned for yourself? Some major negativity. I'll give you an example. Okay, the other day I was driving to my film class, all right, and while I was driving, I'm a happy soul, so I was going la 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 la, you know, in my own words, and I am a very good driver. You can check with anybody who has sat with me in the passenger seat. So suddenly at a signal, this guy comes and he's like, you know, yelling at me, you know what. Now I don't know honestly what I did. I thought I was right. Maybe he's just having a bad day. So he started to shout, you beep, 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 beep. Yeah, so I just looked at him. Now look, I was happy, going my way, la 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 la. And now this is an angry man. Now maybe he is crazy, or maybe I did something to tick him off. It's a maybe, both sides are there. And you know, when you ask people what happened, they will only tell you their side, which is right. You know, somehow all the negative people, all the people who are unhappy, suffering and hurting are saying, no, I am right. Excuse me, if you're right, then why are you hurting? Okay, now if you ask me, I'll say I'm right. If you ask him, he'll say I'm right. But the thing is, where does that leave us? So here's what I did. I looked in his direction and I said, I'm very sorry, you know. And then he said beep beep. So first it was 4 beeps and now it was beep beep. So I said, I'm very sorry. And then suddenly he just looked at me, and the guy had no option. And first of all, he looked away, and then he looked at me again, and I said, I'm very sorry. And then he started to smile. So here's the thing. I don't care whose fault it was. Maybe it was my mistake, and if it's my mistake, why should I spoil my mood on it? I should rectify it. I should correct it. And you know, the first thing that you should do when a mistake has been made is salvage the relationship. I mean, for the love of God, I still don't understand what I did wrong. But I said, okay, sorry. He smiled, I smiled, and I was on my way in a great mood singing la 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 la. Now, if I would have joined hands with him and said, you beep beep, and you know, it was not my fault, and what did I do? Have you not seen people like that on the road? Now, guess what? My la 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 is over, and now I'm like, you know, driving like a person whose day has been ruined by somebody I don't know. I don't even know his name. I don't know who he is. Why should I invite that onto my plate? Now, do you think if I'm in a bad mood, it's going to affect my day, it's going to affect my purpose, it's going to affect my focus, it's going to affect my mood, it's going to affect how I will do this video, it's going to affect the kind of calls I will make? Will it affect my interaction with people? Yes. What kind of achievement are we talking about? In fact, sometimes people enter the class, they enter the office saying, oh, I'm having a bad day. I don't want you, I don't want this kind of person working on my project who's having a bad day. Your day is in your control, and that is the primary message of my video. So let me bring Jon and Joe back into the picture. Now Jon is on a train to Shimla. All right, now he wants to go there because he loves the mountains, he loves the cold weather, he loves the greenery, he loves the peace, he loves the oxygen, and he's going to Shimla to take a break. Now he's going to Shimla to rejuvenate himself. That is his purpose. Now when his train stops at a station, and you see, you will have many stops on your way to your goals and on your way to your success, where you will interact with people who perhaps are not on the same purpose and track as you. That's how the world is. Everybody is on different tracks. So while your train stops at the station, there is a train which is going to hell. All right, there actually is a destination hell. Some of you have been there temporarily, and some of you know people who are perpetually there. So there is this train going to hell, and our good friend Joe is on it. Now when the train stops at the station, Joe yells out and provokes Jon. All right, he tells him off, or he does whatever. Okay, now what is the normal reaction of a Jon in this world? He will jump off his train, climb Joe's train just to teach him a lesson, or just to tell him off, or just to justify himself. I was not wrong, you were wrong, I am right. Have you not seen people having this whole heated clash? All right, but that clash can only happen when two people come together, which means one of the guys left his position to come toward this and make this happen. Now generally the negative person is on his position standing strong. It is Jon who leaves his train to Shimla, joins Joe on his train to hell, and now they are on the way. And guess what, whether that argument or that clash is resolved or not, guess what, Jon is on Joe's train to hell, and now he's going to meet more people like Joe. He's going to have more clashes, he's going to find himself in more negativity, and when he looks out of the window, he sees fire, he sees people being roasted. It steals his purpose, it steals his enthusiasm. He's discouraged, he's demoralized. Why? It was Jon who left his train and jumped onto the wagon with Joe. It's not about the universe, it's not about the fate, it's not about destiny, it's something he did, and he had the choice to stay on track, on target, on the train toward his purpose, but he left it. Now, is it difficult to stay on your train while somebody is provoking you, while somebody is wrongly accusing you, while somebody is coming in your way? The temptation is to give him a piece of your mind, to basically get into action. But remember, to do that, you have to get together. If you're not together, how are you going to have that confrontation? And for that, somebody has to leave his position. Now, Joe is unlikely to hop onto your train and say, hey, what are you doing? I want to learn from you. I have so much admiration for you. You're so focused. Where are you headed? I also want to build a purpose in my life. You tell me honestly, how many people do you meet like that on your workaday life, on a daily living? How many people do you meet like that? Or do you meet more people who are headed to hell themselves and are inviting you by throwing negativity at you? They are actually fishing that, hey, I am headed to hell, I am alone, I don't want to suffer alone, I don't want to burn alone. Look at the kind of people that are on the train with me. Why don't I invite this guy who seems extremely intelligent and focused, and he seems like a go-getter. He seems like somebody who makes things happen. So maybe let me get him on my side. And how is he going to do that? By fishing for you with his negativity. Now, if you're smart enough, you will stay on your train. If you are committed enough to your success, to your purpose and your goals, you will say, I'm so sorry. I am sorry that I hurt you. I honestly don't know what I did. That's what I'm telling myself. But I am not getting on the train to hell with you. Don't just get provoked. Don't be so easily swayed, because people who have a loose footing will never make it to the destination. Don't be so weak and unstable that any Tom, Dick and Harry, and in our case Joe, can come and spoil your mood and distract you and take you off your purpose. Now, is this difficult? Of course it is. And why is this difficult? Because you have had, or you have inculcated, the habit of reacting to negativity. All right, it's maybe you have done it so many times that now it's a part of you. Like John will proclaim, I am short tempered, you know, I get provoked, I'm an angry person. Why? Because of habit. Maybe he's done it enough, or he has seen it done enough that he has inculcated that habit. Now, are habits difficult to break? Of course. The fastest way and the easiest way to break a habit is to be aware. So next time somebody provokes you and says, hey, you beep, 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 whatever the reason, either he's at fault or you're at fault. If he's at fault, he's definitely on a train to hell where he's provoking you. Come, join me. One more added on the train, the more the merrier. We will make a better hell. Or you are wrong. In that case, learn, say, I'm very sorry to disturb you, I didn't mean to hurt you, I apologize, my humblest apologies, and learn and be on the way. Either way, you should win in the equation. Now, could it be that the provocation is so strong that you lose it? You lose it and you jump onto the train. Now, I would say the minute you hop on, be aware and say, oh my God, I'm on the wrong train, and at least get off and come back. Now, it could be that earlier, 10 out of 10 times, you could easily be provoked and distracted. Now at least make it 9 out of 10 times. Try. It's okay to fail. Come on. It's a long-standing habit. It's a long-standing learning. Then make it 8 times. 2 times you would win. That's good enough. Then 3 times you win, and 7 times you slipped. And slowly, 10 out of 10 times you will be able to retain your cool and sanity and your stand, where people can beat the drum around you of negativity, and you'll say, thank you very much, please continue on your journey to hell. I'm going to Shimla, and should you be interested, hop on. Now let's get honest. Even when Joe is negative to John, do you think, as much as John is focused and stays on track and true to his purpose, could it be possible that some negativity of Joe rubs off on John? He went away, his train has left, and John's train has also left. But could it be now John is a little bit disturbed with that interaction? Of course, we're human beings, and if you're on the train to your purpose, you're extra sensitive toward human values, you're extra sensitive toward some principles and ideals which has actually brought you on track with your purpose. And it's a little demotivating when someone acts out of accordance in the goodness that you believe in. Now here's the trick for John. Here is what John does. If he wants to still stay on track, going la 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 and happy and in the greatest mood ever, have your stops of positivity. John must have his stops of happiness. So what makes you happy? The minute some negative influence comes on you, before you resume, take a happy break. Now it's important to be aware of those little things that definitely make you smile, make you forget all worries. For me, it's my dogs. No matter what happens in the day, my 5 minutes with my dogs makes me forget everything. It's literally like, you know, their paws are erasers, erasing every negativity out, and with their unconditional love and monkeying and the kind of mischief that they make, if you ask me, Priya, what went wrong in the day? I have no idea. Genuinely, I have no idea. Painting is something that uplifts me. I will paint and I will forget the world, negativity included. Music always has succeeded in uplifting my spirit. In fact, I have a playlist that says happy place. You know, call a friend. Calling a friend has always worked for me. And you know, when you call a friend, don't complain about the negativity. You're trying to bypass the negativity and call somebody important, someone who you admire, and say, I wanted to appreciate you. And this is something that I have followed forever. The minute some negativity comes to me, I will make a phone call appreciating somebody who has added value in my life. And that is a great reminder that while there is this random stranger who is trying to steal my purpose, there are also enough people who have added power to it. In acknowledging them, I just let go of the negativity. Never failed me. And then there is my family here on YouTube. Communicating with you is the greatest joy in the world. I have my own special spiritual family on Twitter, on Facebook, and every time I get there, I go from here to here. It is so positive, it is so empowering, whether it's my messages, their replies, or our communication. It has always taken me 2 notches higher. Even if I was happy, I'm happier. If I'm disturbed, I'm happy. If I am feeling great, I am greater. And those are the kind of places you want to plot for yourself, that the minute some negativity rubs off you, you instantly turn your focus in this direction, fix your mood, and get back on track. You can't take 10 steps forward and 5 steps backward, then 6 steps forward and 3 steps backward, then 10 steps forward and 20 steps backward. That's what the Joes of the world are doing to you. Jon needs to move on a straight line toward his goal. It's not going to help him sometimes to put his energy and focus in this direction, sometimes in that direction, and worse, backward. Can you imagine the kind of confusion, mayhem, and chaos he's going to create for his own life if he starts responding and reacting to every negative force that comes his way? Soon he will lose sight of his goal. Soon he himself would have become such a big bundle of confusion and negativity that he himself will invalidate his goal. Jon needs to retain his position, his stability, and remember his direction, his purpose, his goal. And when he does that, all these negative people around him will be left purposeless, and maybe they would also have a chance to reflect, looking at him marching forward without their participation. And that is the greatest example Jon can set for all the Joes of the world. And that is how goodness wins and positivity wins, and it is a great responsibility. And this is especially for my friends on the Creators of the Future workshop, because you see, it is extra hard to keep your commitment going toward your goal strong when there is so much negativity coming your way to steal it from you. I hope this helps, and hey, you have to know that I am committed and purpose bound to adding inspiration, positivity, and motivation in your life through my workshops, through my books, and through my little videos here on YouTube. And while I say that, one day you should join in one of my workshops. And I have written 10 inspiring books, and my latest one, The Wise Man Said, is one of my best works. It's my little bit of adding happiness, positivity, motivation, and inspiration in your life. It's a pleasure to be connected with you, and I will be back again next Friday with another message.